Thank you so much for having me. My name is Millicent Olo. I'm a peace building advisor. Currently, I work with the GIZ Civil Peace Service Special Initiative on Displacement. So when I think about my career journey, I remember the days I started off as an intern. So many years back, I started working as an intern, and I got an opportunity to do a short-term consultancy within the organization I was working for. And the executive director reached out to me and just told me there's this opportunity outside Nairobi for 6 months. I had a small baby then, but I still went. And as a result of that, I was just again invited for another opportunity that was coming up again outside Nairobi, where I worked for 2 years. And just looking back at my growth, most of my growth for about 8 years has really been on, can I say, trust and confidence by senior leadership, just reaching out to me and asking me to take on new roles, maybe doing an appraisal, and then I would get a promotion. But then over the last, say, 3 years, I've gone through competitive processes where I've also gotten senior leadership roles, or do I say management roles. My current role is not a leadership role, but it's quite a huge portfolio that allows me to work with multiple partners, supporting them in their day-to-day implementation. So one of the things that really made me to consider getting a coach is as I've mentioned before, I've been growing in terms of taking up more and more responsibilities. But then at some point I had a lot of responsibilities, but not necessarily management or leadership roles. And so for me, adjusting to this, as you grow in the career ladder and you're used to maybe supporting and supervising staff, and then you get a unique role, a role that you're not directly in charge of staff or supervising people, but then the portfolio is really huge. Now these are different dynamics, and now I needed to learn a bit. I needed to know how to navigate this. Also remember, in partnerships, supporting other partner organizations that also have their own leadership structures. So you're supporting perhaps a country director in organization X, an executive director in organization X, so that they can implement the projects that you're supporting. That was a very unique dynamic for me that I've not had to deal with before. And so I really needed coaching support to help me learn how to navigate this unique role that I find myself in. Yet also, I would say, a huge task and responsibility. So naturally, I like to call the shots. I like to be in a position of control, to make decisions, which increasingly I've been doing over time. But now I am in a position where, let me say, okay, I'm not the final word. I don't give the final word. But then also, how do I control or manage someone who is not within our system? I'm in this company that has its structures, but then I'm interacting with someone from another company and another leadership structure. So how do I navigate those, two levels of leadership outside my current, organization? How do I ensure I come across as supportive, but also I need to communicate feedback or decisions that I get from my boss, so I'm getting instructions or directions from the company through my boss, and I also have to support another organization that has its own structures. So navigating those leadership dynamics and just knowing how to find my place is something I really needed help. So just learning how to manage that. But also there's the aspect of, while I'm also managing the leadership in other organizations, I also have to work with staff who are now implementing projects. who are not necessarily in leadership roles. So I really needed to know how to balance, those in senior leadership roles, but also, can I say, staff or my peers and others who are also my juniors, but they're also critical in terms of implementation. I needed to be supported to know how to balance this. And so far, I must say, I feel I'm getting the balance, and I'm happy. I'm happy so far. Absolutely. Exceedingly beyond what I imagined. I've never used coaching services before. I've sort of just been able to navigate. However, in 2019, I was able to work with a mentor for a short period of time, who I feel the mentor really helped me to transition from losing a job and now just to navigate that phase. But now in terms of getting professional coaching services, this is the first time. So I didn't know actually what to expect. And I must say I was pleasantly surprised. For me, what I really liked about coaching support, because I like to express myself, I like to have that platform where I'm able to feel safe to share, get feedback, but also to be heard. And I feel that is what this coaching did for me, just to give me that opportunity to share my challenges, my struggles, my thoughts about what I'm going through at work, and to get that, like, what do you say, resounding board, someone to hear, challenge, and make me think, and also direct in terms of the actions I'm taking, helping me to reflect, which is something I think we experience this kind of thing maybe in a counseling setup, which I'm familiar with. But in the professional environment, I really appreciated just to have a coach to work with me within the last, it's been almost 6 months. Yeah. In our careers, we face a lot of challenges. First of all, you're trying to get a job, perhaps. Like I at one point, about a few years ago, I lost a job. So there's the issue of trying to get the job, to get employment. Then when you get employment, there are so many dynamics. You are trying to grow in the career ladder. You're trying to prove or show your strengths. You also have to work in a team. So there are many things. And so for me, what I would say is I would advise people who are working, just my professionals or my peers, to just look at that point in time, or at this point in time in your career, what is the one thing maybe you feel you're struggling with, and seek help for that. Do you feel maybe at this point in your career, you need to just work on getting the job done, and what is coming in the way of that? Are you struggling maybe with how you communicate? Are you struggling with being understood? Or are you struggling in terms of working in a team? So because there are many challenges, just like we face challenges in life, at the workplace there are so many. So once you identify for you what is the struggle at a particular point in time, then you seek help. And for me, I think I'm really happy and grateful that in my company we have the opportunity to get support to ensure that we are growing and we're able to deliver on the job. So just identify what is your current struggle and reach out, seek help, whether within the company or if it's something you can seek at a personal level and just get support to address it. But there is help and there is support that professionals can get. The future is bright, and I will say definitely my employer is the greatest beneficiary, because I really feel so confident. I feel confident to present my ideas. I've always been confident, but sometimes you hold back because you question a lot. And I feel this coaching session has really heightened my self-awareness, and I feel now I'll be able to boldly, even support my colleagues, boldly support the company, boldly continue having the conversations that I've been having, with my supervisor, and confidently reach out for the goals that I have for myself And also just some of the things I see we can do within the program. I feel I'm really empowered to voice out and share these within the space that I have at the workplace.